Michael has pets. He lost the snake in his room, the largest snake I've ever seen in my entire life.
Do you have pets?
I do. I have 2 dogs. I used to have a snake.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I love animals.
Jaafar Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew, was about to literally transform into his uncle for a biopic about Michael Jackson's life called Michael. And just from the trailers, the rehearsal footage, and the clips of him acting like Michael Jackson alone is enough for me to say, yeah, this guy's not Jaafar anymore. He's just frickin' Michael Jackson. But honestly, the making of this movie has been nothing but absolutely clear from filming being delayed due to the writers' strike. More than 11,000 Hollywood film and TV writers are on strike. The whole third act of the movie being legally forced to be res-hot due to the rights issues with a former child accuser had to be totally reconceived by director Antoine Fuqua after they shot the film. Even Michael Jackson's daughter, Paris, basically saying that she's not even happy with this movie.
The thing about these biopics is it's Hollywood. It's fantasy land. It's not real, but it's sold to you as real. Like the narrative is being controlled.
And look, man, just from all the controversy and pressure that comes with playing this man in a movie alone, let alone it being your freaking uncle, what all of that stress and the way he's been handling it at this point, I don't even think he's defining what this man is. It's 2019, and Graham King, the producer of the Freddie Mercury movie called Bohemian Rhapsody, lands the rights to make a Michael Jackson movie about his life. And keep in mind, Bohemian Rhapsody is $1 billion movie that won Oscars. So obviously this guy knows what he's doing. However, when this first got announced, the main question in everyone's head was who the heck is going to play MJ? That's a lot of freaking pressure, man. This isn't just any guy. You're trying to cast someone to play arguably the most famous entertainer who ever lived.
There's not many artists out there who could say that they were not inspired in some way by Michael Jackson in his greatness.
I think Michael the one that put that battery in my back to do 808s. I played Good Life, and he was like, who's that singing right there? I like that voice. It was my voice. He gassed me up. Next thing y'all know, y'all had me in the night here. So I was like, Michael Jackson told me I could sing.
Who's also extremely controversial.
Just recently, there was a story, you wanting to have a little white boy play you in a Pepsi commercial.
That is so stupid. Can you understand why people would worry about that? Is it really appropriate for a 44-year-old man to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all? That's a beautiful thing. That's not a worrying thing? Why should it be worrying? There have been many disgusting statements. These statements about me are totally false. I shall not in this statement respond to all of the false allegations being made against me. I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
But that didn't matter because when it came time for the studios to host auditions for this movie, thousands of people showed up and they couldn't find one guy to play Michael Jackson. Even this guy couldn't land the role.
My name is Dean Morrow, aka Michael Trapson. He's an alter ego. He's my way of bringing Michael Jackson back to life.
I'm glad I can give such nostalgia to people. Whenever they see me, they're so happy.
I mean, if he didn't stand a chance, who the heck else is going to play this man? But then Jaafar Jackson walked in the audition room, and the director of this movie, after seeing him, said it was like watching Michael Jackson's soul coming back to life.
Then the more real it got, the more pressure I felt. Going through this process of who can play Michael, how do you even start with that? And then, of course, I meet Jaafar Jackson.
But why the heck did this guy come from? Now, it's 1996, and Jermaine's Michael Jackson's brother has a son and names him Jaafar. And even though these two look like happy soul brothers that had a band together and grew up famous, supposedly these guys really didn't like each other behind the scenes. And reportedly, they had some sort of rivalry, jealousy type of relationship with each other.
You sent him letters,
yes,
packages, but he never responded to any of them.
No.
Why didn't he want to see you, Jermaine?
It's not that he didn't want to see me.
He could have picked up the phone and seen me anytime he wanted.
No, Michael don't call.
Jermaine is definitely jealous of him. I mean, it's very blatant that he's very jealous of Michael, or anybody that succeeds in that matter in the family.
That's ridiculous. Who has not had success in my family? We were the Jackson 5. Every song Michael sung on, I sung on.
Not only that, but it gets really freaky here. Apparently, his mom is not only the ex-wife of Jermaine Jackson, but is also the ex-wife to his other brother, Randy Jackson. But never mind all that family incest stuff. That's freaking weird. I don't want to get into that. Let's talk about growing up. This guy had 3 passions: golfing, singing, and dancing. I mean, of course, that's his passion. What do you think? The guy was going to be an accountant or something. He's a freaking Jackson, for Christ's sake. So in January 2023, when they officially announced that Jaafar was going to play Michael Jackson, for some reason, there was a lot of people that were pissed off about this, saying things like, this is just nepotism. And he only got the role because he's a part of the family. But then production began on this movie, and my God, ain't nobody saying not that anymore.
Can Jaafar really pull this off? Man, when the music started, and he hit those first few moves, I mean, this guy killed it. I looked at Graham, and Graham looked at me. I was like, who is this guy?
This guy is Michael Jackson, and somehow this is his first ever, global debut. He's never acted in the film before or seen the dance to what's about to be pretty much the whole world. I mean, he did release one single back in 2019 called Got Me Singing.
Got me singing, got me singing, got me feeling.
But that's it. So I can't even imagine the amount of pressure that was already on him to do this.
I never dreamed to be an actor or even thought of playing him, but I knew it was a calling. Embodying Michael, I really had to earn the role and prove to the filmmakers that I was capable of becoming Michael. Essentially, it was starting at the roots and finding that authenticity.
But then something happened. In January 2025, right when the movie was in post-production and the movie was about to come out only a few months later, the entire third act of this movie had to be res hot and edited all over again. Because back in 1993, when Jordan Chandler accused Michael Jackson of abuse, the Jackson estate settled with the Chandler family for $20 million. Part of that settlement included a legal agreement that the Chandler family could never be depicted in any movie about Michael's life. And I guess the entire third act of the movie involved this family. And reportedly the Jackson estate forgot to tell the producers about this agreement until after they had already filmed everything. Look, I'm not going to go into a deep dive about the allegations and all the conspiracies of Michael Jackson's life, because there's already thousands of hit pieces on this man about this situation. And to be honest, they're all too painful to watch. I can't sit through those things. They're too ugly for me. But what I will say is there is some guys who I think are low-key pissed off about this.
Do you wish impersonators were allowed to audition?
Yes, I think so. They work so hard.
And this is Fabio, or what he likes to call himself, Fabio Jackson. He's a 32-year-old guy from England who's been impersonating Michael Jackson his entire life. The guy even got plastic surgery on his face to look more like Michael Jackson. So basically, he dedicated his entire life to being the closest looking thing to Michael Jackson possible. So when the trailer dropped for this movie, Flavio posted this tweet. So then for some reason, Fabio went and found another Michael Jackson impersonator, and they went on live, and they just start criticizing this film.
So, of course, we can nitpick, oh yeah, that wasn't the same jacket he wore in 1985. The hair is a little not teased, but
everything was just flashing images, too fast-paced, the bouquet effect, nothing to, react to. It was just nothing.
And look, as funny as all of that is, I know these are the 2 biggest Michael Jackson fans in the world, and they're going to be their day one when this movie comes out. However, there's still a lot of people who are really against this movie. The Leaving Neverland documentary that came out in 2019, right at the same time this movie was announced, really shed some bad light on Michael Jackson and the whole Jackson estate, to be honest with you. And it really caused a lot of people to question everything about this guy. A lot of people genuinely don't like this man and his music anymore. And I know that a lot of people just generally don't want this movie to exist. I mean, even Paris, Michael Jackson's daughter, said this.
The film panders to a very specific section of my dad's fandom that still lives in the fantasy. And they're gonna be happy with it. It's Hollywood, so it's fantasy land. It's not real, but it's sold to you as real. A lot is sugar-coated, like the narrative is being controlled. There's a lot of inaccuracy and there's a lot of just full-blown lies. And at the end of the day, that doesn't really fly with me. I don't really like dishonesty. I spoke up. I wasn't heard. That's it. It's not my project. So, you know, they're gonna make whatever they're gonna make.
And look, the truth is we'll never know what the truth is because there's a lot of strong evidence that suggests that Michael Jackson did do what everyone accused him of. But there's also some other strong evidence that proves that all of those allegations was a lie. So even if Paris is right, and this movie is just to control the narrative and bring back all of the love that Michael Jackson lost after all these allegations resurface, I'm not looking at it that way. I'm seeing this as a farce freaking debut, man.
I felt that love from Michael every day on set, from the crew and the cast. Everybody had that love and wanted to put all their heart and soul into it. I believe that music, we can change the world.
With Jaafar, you can see how much he cares. That's what makes him so special. And whatever that spirit of Michael he's bringing is present, and everyone on the team can feel it.
But here's the thing. Whether you like it or not, this movie is happening. And I don't think it's just going to be a normal biopic. I think this movie is probably going to make $1 billion and be one of the biggest, if not the best biopic film ever made.
He took it to a level that none of us thought he could take it to.
That's part of the magic of Jaafar. He has the desire, like Michael, to be the best.
But look, whether this movie ends up being a masterpiece or not, the fact that Jaafar Jackson, Michael's own nephew, his own blood is carrying the torch to make this story happen is so freaking perfect. It's like it's meant. And I know even with all of the negatives that come with playing a person as famous as his Uncle Michael, it's also his chance to show the world how talented he is.
Thank you, my viewer. I hope you keep it here on my channel for more discoveries on all the celebrities' untold journeys. Like, comment, and subscribe on Hajararama channel. Thank you so much.